It's Tiffanys content, and whoa, it's a lot still going on in the United States as that atmospheric river Pineapple Express is trying to whip right through. Definitely bringing on a lot of winter weather, windy activity, winter storms, storm warnings, flood warnings, gale warnings, and watches, even avalanches, and even dense fog. So there's a lot going on. Definitely taking toll on that west coast, going right into the south. Let's take a look at that satellite imagery, and you can see just all that moisture definitely in the United States, right there in the Gulf Coast, right over Texas and Louisiana, definitely going into, Nevada and even Colorado. It's still a lot of rain on that west coast as well, going up to Oregon and even the Great Falls. So just take a look. Now we're going to see all that action, all that rain, all that snow coming in, even, going over to the south, and even severe thunderstorms in the Gulf Coast, which means tornadic activity could be happening as well. So make sure that you're aware of all this craziness that's going on in the United States. This is the hazards that we have: heavy snow and heavy rain in California. It's a lot going on. Wait till you see those temperatures. And then it's even, a little heavy precipitation going right into Arizona and into New Mexico, but definitely got a lot of thunderstorms warnings right in the Gulf Coast. Very severe, very, traumatic when it comes down to these, hazards and watches and warnings. They want to make sure that everybody is aware, because you never know what can happen. It's a lot of flooding going on. It's a lot of raining, severe thunderstorm watches. You also have, snow out there, very windy, and even, storm warnings and winter warnings. So it's still a lot going on. You can see that here in this map, all that snow, that low pressure is building up right next to that high pressure and low pressure, definitely trying to build a stationary front, but it's also bringing severe thunderstorms and lightning over in Texas with all that precipitation that's moving from the west coast to the east coast. Okay, it's a lot going on. This is for today. This is for tomorrow. You're going to see all that severe thunderstorms and lightnings over there in the Gulf Coast that can bring tornadic activity, and then all that snow going up the Great Falls, and even mixed precipitation with that rain still coming in on the west coast. And another atmospheric river is on its way. I'm going to show you that run soon, but take a look at Sunday. You're going to see all that precipitation moving on down to the south, definitely going to take a toll on Florida on Sunday, going right into, the southeast, definitely, and then trying to make its way up that east coast. But look at all that snow still on the ground. In fact, look at that heavy rainfall that's still coming in. But this is the snow depth that we have for today, and you're going to see 8 and 16 going, through the Great Falls. Snow depth right there in that mountains as well, and then 2 inches, 1 inch over here and there in the Midwest. But look at that, 10 and 12 inches over in Maine on the east coast. So it's still a lot of snow that's currently on the ground, and for the next 48 hours there's going to be more snow coming in because of these atmospheric rivers that's flowing through. So you're going to see 4 to 8 inches coming through on that west coast, all the way up, from Oregon down to, Colorado and even New Mexico, okay, going into Texas. So it's going to be some snow coming in the next 2 days. And just looking at that frost freeze temperature, you're going to be able to see just how cold it is. And look at that snow dipped down, and that cold, air frost dipped down all the way into Mexico. But what does it feel like though outside? It's starting to warm up in the south, but remember, those lightning and thunderstorms, severe thunderstorm warnings are down there, and that can bring tornadic activity when it mixes with that cold air that's coming from the west coast with all that snow, definitely colliding with those thunderstorms and lightning. So make sure that you're aware of that. Look at the temperatures for today, definitely warming up. Look at that 70s in the south, and more moderate temperatures as you get towards, the middle of the United States. You're going to see a lot more moderate temperatures, but then as it gets up north, you're going to see more of those cooler and cold temperatures, definitely in the Midwest. So just make sure that you're aware, and then look at the temperatures for the low temperatures for today. And you're going to see that northeast is going to get chilly, very cold. In fact, it has snow already down there. It's still cold in the Midwest as well, and even on that west coast with all that snow coming in. So even though, you know, the high temperatures look more warmer, it's still chilly out there, okay? In fact, there's some watches and warnings out, and then flood watch for Saturday through Monday on the West Coast. That's because all those atmospheric rivers are coming through. I'm going to show you, you know, the tropical tidbits GFS, and you can just see the Bay Area Central Coast is going to be flooded. Definitely going to impact a lot of streets and creeks and rivers. So just make sure that you're aware, and it's even going to be hazardous winds all the way until Sunday. So just make sure that you're aware of that. Mostly Sunday on that West Coast, but it's all the way down that Southwest, okay? Even in, you know, Texas, but you know, definitely gusty winds blowing around objects and causing power outages, okay? But let's take a look at that West Coast. Another atmospheric river is building up, trying to take on Oregon and come right through there with that low pressure of rain, snow, and definitely mixed precipitation. Look at all of that pressure right over there going right into, you know, the mountains. So it's definitely going to be a lot of pressure that's building up, and more of those, you know, low pressure areas still coming through with those atmospheric rivers, and it's going to be all, you know, next week too. So I'll keep you updated. Just make sure that you're aware. We still have snow and rain in California. It's kind of warm, it's kind of cold in certain places, so it's definitely, you know, some pneumonia type weather. You can get sick, so make sure you're dressing appropriately. Look on that East Coast though. All that mixed precipitation is over there too. We got snow and rain. The rain is mostly, you know, on that East Coast going up with the snow, but also in the Gulf Coast where those storms are starting to spruce up. It's a lot going on in Texas, as I told you in my last video, and you can see even on this surface map that all that pressure is trying to, you know, go across, and as that Gulf Coast picks it up, it's going to cause more of a, you know, collide effect over in the Gulf Coast where Texas is, and coming over into the southeast. So even Florida is on alert for Sunday. Now going back to the current images for today, you're going to see all that snow and that mixed precipitation that's coming right out of the West Coast, trying to build up right above Texas and collide with that Gulf Coast system that is forming and brewing up, okay? So make sure that you're aware it's all because of this atmospheric river and Pineapple Express that's trying to whip through, okay? And you can see that in the water vapor map where all that moisture and that precipitation is on that West Coast, and look at where it's headed, right down to the south. Definitely going to collide with that and interact with that system in the Gulf Coast, bringing on heavy, severe lightning and thunderstorms. Let's take a look at that GFS run, and this is starting today. You're going to see all that atmospheric river whipping right through and bringing on snow and rain, colliding with that Gulf Coast system, bringing on rain in the south, and then another one is going to start to form on that West Coast, and it'll be whipping right through as well as early next week. Definitely bringing on the same thing, snow, precipitation, definitely heavy rainfall. This time it's going to try to head up north, okay, and try to take a toll on that Midwest. So just be aware of that. Then another one will be coming through, and it'll be bringing more snow in, but this will be coming towards the south. So just make sure that you're aware that it's not over yet. You're going to see more snowstorms coming through this February, okay? So I just like to show you the run, you know, kind of towards mid-February, just so that you can get a glimpse of everything that's probably going to take place. And you know, we're going to also keep you updated with these activities. But look at this, it's still going to be more snow coming through, more rain in that Gulf Coast system. Man, is it going to be a crazy hurricane season this year. I can already see it. But whoa, it's a lot going on in here, okay? Make sure that you're subscribing to Tiffanys content. I'm going to keep you updated. I love doing the weather and reacting with you. It's Tiffanys content. Like, share, subscribe.